had been something that had been talked about in the past via trade, but Al Horford joined Boston in the offseason via free agency. It was the fit that he wanted team-wise, and Horford was ready for a new challenge. So great fit with this roster and the city of Boston.
Thomas goes in, and it's blocked. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Al Horford got a max deal to come to the Boston Celtics, GA. He's on the wrong side of 30, but when you look at his game, his all-star resume, you don't see a real sharp decline coming.
Great point, Kevin, and that's why the Celtics were willing to give Horford the contract they gave him. It was one of the bigger free agent names on the market. You knew that the Celtics would want to make a splash in free agency, and he was their guy.
And that's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time. On the bench before halftime.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for the franchise. Thomas, that's good.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
The franchise is checked in for Dinwiddie. The franchise sinks it. What rains from outside. Wow. The franchise has got 6 points. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Outside Thomas. From the arc. That doesn't go either for Thomas.
He's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Valentine shot good.
And you know what? He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty when it comes to really fighting on the backboard.
Yeah, we call those winning plays, particularly when you're doing it with the kind of effort he does. Those kinds of hustle plays, it'll be interesting to see what he's got left in his tank because he usually makes a bunch of those.
Here's the franchise after the basket by Boston. McDermott passes to Mr. Incredible. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
And Thomas has it in the corner. Again, Thomas missing.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And there's the foul. It's on the franchise. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Now, here's Thomas, picked by Horford. Johnson kicks to Bradley. And the first shot of the night for him, missing. The franchise. Passes it to Mr. Clutch. Fires for 3. Rebound, Boston.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
Guys, they split the season series, and there's always randomness to this game. The unpredictability of it. You win some, you lose some, but they certainly want to impose their talent level tonight.
On defense, the Celtics. Following the 3-point attempt by Avery Bradley. Here's Mr. Incredible, and that one's on target from the wing. Celtics trail by 4. Outside Thomas. Floats one. That shot, no good.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And now, the first timeout called here for Boston.
You know what? They just are in a funk right now offensively. A good time to maybe come up with a play to get them a good look.
Well, most coaches, usually have a go-to speech or tactic that they can use when they need it most. So we'll see if that's the case here.
Chance to check out stats for Bradley. Last season's performance for him averaged 15 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And every team in the league needs shooting. That's what he brings coming off the pine.
Yeah, there's always a demand for shooters, man. Half jumper will travel. I'm telling you. Most championship teams, they have a bunch of those guys who can put it in the basket.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option. Offensively as they try to get back in this game.
And just a nice bucket there to really just sustain that lead.
Well, a few more possessions like that, and they'll do more than sustain the lead, Greg. I think they'll start to put this thing away by pulling away.
Gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Here's the franchise, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
And stolen by Horford. Here's Crowder. Misses off the left iron. Gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. The pass to Mr. Incredible. Here's the franchise, defended by Crowder. They get the rebound. Pass to Mr. Clutch. A 3-ball. To the wing right side. The franchise. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
Just not there. From a rhythm standpoint right now, it's really eluding him.
Thomas, it's a wide open look. That's tipped. Passes it to the franchise. And that one is off. Bradley with some nice D. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And there's the foul. It's on the franchise. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that was the gamble to keep him on the floor with all those early fouls, and looks like they've lost the bet.
Brown is checked in for Boston. Smart comes in for Bradley. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Celtics.
And you can see how important those inside baskets are. This is a team that loves to work the ball inside, whether the entry pass or off of a drive. They like to feed on those high percentage looks.
And the first one drops. And when you talk about a player having an NBA-ready body, you want them to have the strength to compete with vets right off the bat. And make no mistake about it, Jaylen Brown has an NBA-ready body.
I'm just not sure the NBA is ready for him. I mean, he is a physical monster. Takes contact like defenders are insects. It can still finish strong through the foul. Has a combo of speed, strength, lift, and endurance that you rarely see from a player his age.
And stolen by Valentine. The pass to Mr. Incredible, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Right now, let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see the teams that really knew how to clog the passing lanes last season. The Celtics second.
Boy, they had so many guys with quick feet and quick hands on that team. I mean, they put relentless pressure on the opponent. And as a result, they came up with an awful lot of steals. I mean, this team has been very impressive defensively.
There's a whistle. That is his first foul of the game.
I I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Here's Mr. Clutch looking for his first basket still in this one.
Nothing dropping for him, so I think in the best interest of his team, he may need to think about not shooting right now.
Now here's Thomas. Defense right on him. They set the screen. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by Valentine. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense too.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Johnson sets the screen for Thomas. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. "20 seconds left to play in the first. Smart kicks to Johnson. That one drops for him.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Here's the franchise. Whoa!
Hey, watch out, man. Watch out.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play.
They've already picked up a number of fouls here, and they're in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet, keeping their hands up, and defending without fouling.
And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
From deep, Thomas. He got it up. And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens.
The only hard part of that decision is leaving a place.
I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another college class with all those draft picks lost in his stockpile.
I know he's feeling real good about his decision. He's one of the bright coaching stars in our league.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
They seem to be a step slower, and that's one reason why they've been able to own the rebounding edge.
Well, the anticipation's been better. As the ball hits the rim, it's gone right to them. Solid job of them chasing it down and anticipating it.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. McDermott is out there with Valentine. And it's Mr. Clutch. Then there's Mr. Incredible. And it's the franchise in at the point. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, it's always a transition and a difficult one for college coaches to come to the pros, but Celtics coach Brad Stevens made one of the smoothest we've seen after leading Butler to back-to-back national championship games. You hear that buzz from players to opposing coaches. Greg Popovich said, "I really respect what he does. His team executes. I'll still watch his Butler tape. Trying to learn some stuff, to be honest with you. High praise indeed, fellas."
And Popovich, really the godfather of the active coaches right now, D.A. His voice carries certainly a lot of weight in this league. Thank you. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. The free throw drops from McDermott. Celtics trail by 16. They get a hand on it. Out of bounds. Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession.
And checking out the stats for Smart. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 9 points a game last year. 4 rebounds and 3 assists. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular. And sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder, how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it. In part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Here's the franchise. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
3 triples in the first quarter, but he's yet to knock one down here in the second.
That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. Now a timeout called by Boston.
Start it.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here, and every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
And the best way to do that when you're missing shots is to get to the foul line. Be aggressive, get to the foul line, and knock down some of those freebies, and the tide can turn for you.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
Gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. The definition of a gamer, Marcus Smart, a real blue-collar player, Greg.
It really fits in well with how the Celtics want to play. They want those fire breathers on the floor. His anger got the best of him at times in the past, and that altercation he had with an opposing fan back in college might have given some teams pause. The Celtics want guys who care, and he definitely does.
So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, let's take a look at where Boston ended up, Kevin, last year in the league rankings. 2nd in steals, 3rd in points off turnovers. And they also ranked 3rd in second chance points. I mean, they love taking care of business down on that offensive glass. I call it bagging your own groceries when you get those second shot points.
And going back to the steals, they play a harassing style of defense. You have to be impressed with the effort they brought at that end of the floor.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Johnson comes in for Kelly Olynyk, and it's Crowder in for Brown. And Green slams it in.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does make me look back a little bit, but I could never throw it down like that. But it sure does look good.
And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Now here's Smart. Down low, here's Jerebko, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot, he'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Doug McDermott.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
He hits the second from the line. Gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. And there's the foul. It'll go on Denzel Valentine. That's his first foul. Celtics trail by 16. Puts it up from 12. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Smart's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Valentine. They get it back. The free throw drops from McDermott. Bradley's checked in for the Celtics.
At the line, Doug McDermott.
That one is no good. Boston's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Unloads from 13. That shot off the mark.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off. And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Johnson the screen. Outside Bradley. They set the pick. Just 5 to shoot. No good from outside.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Now here's Smart. Pass to Jerebko. Johnson the screen. Smart with the ball. Now guarded by Valentine. Boston, no good that time either. Here's Mr. Clutch, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Al Horford's checked in for Boston. Thomas comes in for Smart.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Look at the franchise. What a contribution.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
Now here's Thomas. Here's Bradley. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
He's been an absolute non-factor. Zero factor this game. Just a horrible performance from him.
Al Horford with the rebound.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
A second chance effort, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
How about up over the 80% mark from the line last year? So he's happy and also consistent there. Those numbers. And for me, one of the more unsung players in the league, Al Horford, a two-time national champion at the University of Florida, one of the most skilled and versatile big men in our league, and he hasn't gotten the attention I believe he deserves.
Now Thomas, after the missed three from Doug McDermott, knocked away, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. And a glimpse here at the locations on the floor where they've been shooting the ball from.
And what a big-time game we've seen from him. He's been the one looking to create and get a shot each trip down the floor. Every time a shot falls, his confidence just grows and grows. Just an all-around tremendous offensive showing.
And Thomas has it in the corner. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by McDermott. And with Horford's free agency looming this last summer, last season was a tricky spot for the Atlanta Hawks. Would they be able to keep him?
Yeah, and you go back to the lack of exposure he's gotten. I mean, from the Dominican Republic, he's a Spanish-speaking star. I mean, his marketing and endorsement potential in bigger markets, something he is well aware of.
Here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of last season's top three-point shooters. Fifth best, Doug McDermott.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from three.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
Well, just take a look at what Horford's done tonight. He has 8 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
Now here's Thomas, and there's the foul. It's on the franchise. That's it for him. He's fouled out. Now we'll go to the line for 2.
Well, fortunately for him, it really doesn't matter anymore. They've got this thing sewed up. Just sit back and enjoy.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for the franchise. And both free throws good for Thomas. 1:31 left in the first half. Here's Mr. Clutch. Off target from outside.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing. On that possession, they were all over him on the perimeter. How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought. Without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up. Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. The defense stood tall there.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Now, here's Thomas. He's got 5, down low. That's good from Johnson on the assist by Thomas. Thomas got 3 assists now in this one.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off. Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
The Celtics making a switch here. Olynyk checked in.
And Jay Crowder really kind of stuck as a role player in Dallas, sent the Celtics in the Rondo trade, and boy, has he been a culture setter for Boston. The consummate pro, one of the most competitive players in our league, and he's become a difference maker on both ends. I think he's improved tremendously in the past season. Credit him and Coach Brad Stevens.
There's 10 seconds left to play in the first half. Here is Mr. Incredible with 1 on the clock, and that's not going to go. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. The home team.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about this home team?
They're going right to the rim, finishing every chance they get. The D was helpless trying to stop them and beating them inside. I love the relentlessness and the aggressive style. This is how you impose your will on another team.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath.
That, sadly, wraps up the half.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. It's been a clinic out there by the franchise.
How about the magic touch he had on display there in that first half in terms of finding his teammates? Just a plethora of assists.
Plethora, you're going deep into that dictionary of yours, man. It's not a common occurrence with this guy, though. Typically, he's more of a finisher, but that's not been the case in this one.
On the court for the Celtics, Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Jay Crowder out there with Amir Johnson. And it's Horford in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here is Mr. Incredible from deep three-point range. And it's Bradley with the rebound.
And sometimes he can hit that deep 3, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
And Thomas, here we go. And again, Boston with the triple.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
And I tell you what, nobody willing to put a stop to that slam.
Yeah, a break for the defense. That was a case of stand back, watch the show, buckle up.
And I don't blame them. They weren't going to be able to do anything about that one anyway, so discretion, the better part of valor there.
Bradley, no one around him. Great look there, but off target.
High quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And Greg, that has him S-H-H-E, shaking his head. Missed that time.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
Celtics shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. And stolen by Valentine. Inside, pass to Mr. Incredible. That's tipped, but he recovers it.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Horford sets a screen for Crowder. There's Thomas with the 3. Boston, no good that time either. Gone 2 of 5, shooting here in the third quarter. Passes it to Mr. Incredible. The feed to Valentine. And that one comes up a bit short.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up. Still a bit chilly from the field at the start of this third quarter. 1 of 4 so far.
Out to the wing. Here is Mr. Incredible. Uses both hands to slam it down.
It had to be we've seen that a few times today, guys. I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And if it doesn't, this is only going to get uglier. I mean, that's no way to defend a player of his caliber.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one thing you've heard over the years about Amir Johnson is that his box score stats may not wow you, but belie his impact on the court. Coach Brad Stevens said he just knows how to play both ends. He makes easy plays with the ball, and then on the defensive end, he makes everyone better. Indeed, a two-way impact player, Kevin.
He's a plus-minus standout, D.A. Thank you.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
You know, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
And I'm not even sure that I'd want to be the windshield.
No, maybe the windshield wiper.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. Here's what Boston's going with right now. Urebko's checked in for Johnson. Brown comes in for Jay Crowder. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Avery Bradley. There's Thomas at the three. No good on the shot.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with it. It's a tough day so far.
McDermott kicks to Valentine. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
McDermott controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. McDermott's got 5 points now this quarter.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
In the corner, Smart with it. That one falls coming off of Thomas's feet. And that's now 7 points for Marcus Smart.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
They get it again. The pass to Mr. Clutch. There's the triple. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Mr. Clutch has got 20.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
And there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch. That's foul number 2 for him. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Al Horford. Now Smart. He has 7. Brown dishes to Urebko. And a look here at the shot chart.
And when you look at this shot chart, you get a good visual of just how often they are settling for something outside. They have to know that this defense wants them to take those kinds of shots, and they would be a lot better off if they recommit to attacking the basket.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
A 78% foul shooter a season ago. Pretty steady when he's at the line.
That's good from Urebko. Second free throw, no good. Gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there. Three-pointer, and the 3 ball is good. 9 points for Mr. Incredible.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take them long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
From deep three-point range, Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Jeez, maybe he was trying to show off or something right there.
Is that what you think?
Absolutely.
Instead, it had the opposite effect. He looked foolish.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboards.
And those rebounds lead the team. I mean, he's been the tone setter for him today in terms of work ethic and glass eating.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end. Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Here's Mr. Incredible. Misses off the...
Defense is where he hangs his hat. And I do think, though, you're starting to see a...
Right side, Thomas. Dishes to Olynyk, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Celtics ball.
And talking about the defensive prowess of Marcus Smart, there's no question, Greg, at 6'4", 220, he's got almost a football-like build, and I know you like football.
Yeah, if football was his first love, played strong safety and wide receiver, and plays a little bit of that in the NBA as it is. He brings that physicality and fire to the hardwood. It can be an intimidating presence on the defensive side of the floor.
McDermott, no one around him. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And that's 19 points for Doug McDermott.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
You know, he relishes doing that, too. I mean, I've watched him in the past. He loves to make an opponent feel the pain because of how good he's playing.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Offline with his three. The Celtics have gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%.
That's his second personal foul.
15 seconds left in the third quarter.
That's his third personal foul. At the line, Celtics.
The first one falls.
2 shots.
Both free throws good from Isaiah Thomas. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Dinwiddie kicks to McDermott. The three. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
What a three at the horn as they end the quarter on a high note.
Couldn't agree more. That'll give him a nice little thing going into the...
And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens.
Pace of play is a big part of tonight, okay? Make sure on the bench when we come back, we lift it. We lift it.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. The Celtics shooting poorly, just 35% so far. We've got Valentine. Doug McDermott is out there with Mr. Incredible. And it's Mr. Clutch. And it's Dinwiddie in at the one.
At the line, Spencer.
First one falls for him.
Taking 2 shots.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. So it's Boston now. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Rozier, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
What handles? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
Pass to Mr. Incredible. Some solid defense from Brown.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
They set the screen. Green kicks to Olynyk. Tipped away. 6 to shoot. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's... not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight. And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Fourth quarter now, we're about a minute and a half in. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Boston.
And the ball goes out of bounds. It's turned over.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here is Mr. Incredible. He's covered by Brown. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Boston making a switch here. Yarebko's checked in.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one. Tomahawk slam, because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and one foot.
It's stolen by Green. Pass to Rozier. Back to Olynyk. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come from inside of 5 feet.
Passes to Mr. Clutch. Bangs home the trifecta. Mr. Clutch has got 23.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break. And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
Here's Mr. Incredible. From deep three-point range, the long-distance 3 is buried.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket. You have got to be kidding me. I mean, that's a point guard playing like a power forward.
And he can do a little bit of everything out there.
Yeah, he torches defenders in all kinds of ways. When he's on the floor, he's a matchup headache. He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
They set the screen. Green inside the three-point line, and too long on the shot.
Not a good pick there. If I'm shooting the ball and I'm looking at him, I'm asking, where is the effort? You've got to do a better job of screening. What a final quarter these guys are having from downtown, just burying the threes in bunches.
And they might as well keep going back to the well. No reason not to. I mean, work that perimeter. It's going good for you. Work it until it stops.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And he makes both free throws. Gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Such a wide open look. 31 points for Mr. Clutch.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Rozier kicks to Mickey. And there's the foul. It goes on Mr. Incredible. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Yarebko, the pass to Rozier. From deep, Green.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
The Celtics have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the 3rd. Pretty cold down the stretch. Got a piece of it. Olynyk dishes to Green. And he hits the jumper for 2.
Even though it went down, I don't think that's the kind of look they should be settling for.
Fires from the corner. Now the pass to Mr. Clutch. Puts up a 3. For the 3. Offensive rebound. Takes a 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Mr. Clutch has got 34.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots. You know, it's a plus to get good looks in the paint. And when you can get them, you got to score them.
Here is Mr. Incredible. Tries from the block. Yep, it counts. Mr. Incredible's got 12 points in just the second half.
Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Brown, he's checked in for Boston. Here's Rozier. There's the dish to Green. And another basket for Boston. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend. Unbelievable. This guy is completely in a zone.
And he knows it. You can see it. The body language, the confidence. Real swagger out there for him.
Brown, good.
Brown, extremely accomplished down low and worthy of respect as a result. Destroys whoever tries to guard him in the paint.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's foul number 2 for him.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Zeller, he's checked in for a limit. Boston's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Rozier kicks to Brown. Here's Rozier. Back to Brown. Shot clock at 5. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Hey, guys, that's just outstanding confidence from Brown. I mean, getting up with the shot right away and giving the defense no time to react, that's impressive.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Celtics have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter.
That's his 4th personal foul.
52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Zeller. Dinwiddie with the rebound.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Well, in most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one. Looking at the game Green has been having, he has 8 points and a steal.
Free throw good, Green. Good on both. There's 31 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Drops in the tray.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
It sure is. I mean, they kept this crowd in the game, gave them plenty to cheer about, and really used that home court advantage to their advantage.
And he makes the first. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Here's Mr. Incredible. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. First free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Yeah, he'll make the walk of shame back to the bench. He gets to watch the rest from the sideline.
And he knocks down the first one. He's off on the second. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the